Welcome to On the Peg with me, your host. Who am I? Well, I'm the eyebrow-raising, bearded toyholic. I am the Mad Montreal Man, also known as Joseph. And as you can tell by today, we're doing these guys, the Court of Owls. Yes, finally, get up at the Court of Owls. Time to reveal my true identity. That, and it's really hot under the mask. Woo! I don't know how they do it. But yeah, Court of Owls. I figured it was about time we finally get this one done. Let me just put my mask away. That's how bad I am. I am a geek. I have the mask. I've also got the V for Vendetta mask too. But hey, McFarlane Toys hasn't done a... Maybe they should. That'd be a cool one to have. But yeah, we're finally gonna do the Court of Owls 3-pack that's been sitting around for a while. I figured why not? Last week we had digital. We did 3. We're gonna do 3 this week, sort of. But what do you say? Well, who do you want me to do first? Nightwing, Talon, or... Well, I think first we have to do what we always do, is get my friend, probably your friend too, Dr. Scalpel. So much potential with Dr. Scalpel. We cut the plastic. We cut the plastic again. And we cut the plastic. We put Dr. Scalpel down for a moment. Alright, 3-pack. Okay, that's different. I wasn't expecting that. I just thought this was a cardboard back. It is. I don't know. What is this? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, alright. I give him credit for this. Todd, Mr. McFarlane Toys. I thought this was part of the artwork in the back of the packaging, but obviously it's wrapped in plastic. Holy frig. It is a, it's just a reversible back. What I find funny is there's 3 characters. You get one backdrop for the owls and 1 for 2 characters. You could have done a Nightwing and a Talon one, but still, nice thick cardboard. Wasn't expecting it. And of course you get the bases, which I'll get to after because they're typical DC bases. Now, if you're probably thinking, hey, we got Nightwing before. Yes, we have. It's a repaint. We got a Talon before. Yes, it is, but he's the brown Talon, not the black. And, isn't that like the same body they use for every suited guy? Yes, it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not a new sculpt. It's a reused body. The owl's new. But what do you say we start taking these guys out, toss in 1 close-up at a time, and then we'll talk about them. Alright, sound good to you? Or would you rather have all 3 close-ups merged, and then I talk about all 3 at one shot? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting. What I mean by interesting is less plastic on Talon. Yeah, it's like almost only, like, looks like there's only 4 ties on it. Todd, these things, you have to stop using them, okay? They're not safe, period. Around the cats, around the dogs, and it's a waste. You can't reuse them. Just saying. So I'm going to cut away now. Watch what you want to watch. Hopefully you're watching this show. Okay? And I'll be back. Well, I thought about doing all 3 close-ups as one montage, but I figured I'll separate them for obvious reasons. So let's start off with the probably the most boring one out of the 3, the actual Court of Owl himself. Well, the owl sits nicely on the base. He stands on the base, but only after you fix the ankle problem. All 3 of these multiverse figures have that ankle problem where the ball is like this, the foot's like that, and you have to straighten them out. You have to heat them up and straighten them out. Boring. I disappointed in how it looks in gray. Also, the fact that maybe it's just mine I found a defect with 2 of the figures. This one, the jacket, I know it's a rubber, like a plastic rubber they put on top, but it feels like it sits too high because you get this gap in the shoulder that's bigger than it should be. So if you put the arms down on one side, gap, bit defective. I'm not too crazy about this. This is going to go back off the shelf. The detail on the mask is nice. It does look like the Court of Owl mask from the comic books. I give them credit for that. There's a little bit of a lip there. I honestly think it would have been really cool. This is one time where I think face plates would have come in handy. Put the face plate of a regular person's face, take it off, put the mask on. But this is all molded. This is all molded. The only accessory he has, of course, is the owl. Disappointed. This one is disappointing. I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to, So the Court of Owls, it would have been cool if they would have done a set of Court of Owls, like you saw in the close-up that had like a backdrop. If they had like three or four, just Court of Owls in different like costumes, that would have been cool. This is disappointing. Sorry, Todd, but that would have been cool. Like, see? A variety. That would have been really cool. That is an action figure I would want. This is one I probably could have done without. It's boring. Alright, so let's move on to the next one, shall we? I will insert the close-up of Nightwing right now. As I said with the Court of Owl guy, ankle problems galore. I mean, I don't know what's with his ankles sometimes. They just don't sit right. It's a reused body buck. We know that. I did notice another thing. Not sure if you can tell, but on his left hand, this finger is very short. I got a defective hand. It's short a finger. It just looks way too short. The right hand's fine, normal size hands, but it's like part of his finger was cut off. As for Nightwing himself, well, the face sculpt's not bad. It's a nice sculpted on mask, which is nice. I give him credit for that. His batons are a bit soft. They're kind of rubbery soft. Body box reuse. It's not a bad reuse, but once again, if you're going to do a character that has paint that goes onto the arms, you've got to add the paint where it would continue, because if not, you just get this weird gap. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the red on black. It's just that, if you pose them properly, you get that gap, which is kind of disappointing. I've got a few Nightwings. Still want the George Perez Nightwing from the Teen Titans. I think that'd be super cool. Like, I want that Teen Titans group. I keep saying it. McFarlane Toys. You should do that. Look at a cover, like the Teen Titans #1 that was done by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Give us that series. Give us the Mega Man #1 series. Boom. That is what a toyaholics really want. We want kind of like an entire team, a set. Boom. So yeah, not a bad figure. It has a few problems. I can live with it, but you know, it's definitely not the Nightwing they put on their own card. Then again, this is the black suit Talon. Another thing is too, okay, this is nice, but where are the cards? If you're like me and you've been collecting these for a while, you have a whole bunch of cards. We didn't get cards. Just got this thing. So, nice that you put a solid card back that you can use for display, but where are the cards? I'm just saying, it would have been nice to have some cards as well. Because, you know, you put them with pretty much every figure. I mean, I'm even looking at what I'll probably do soon. Flashpoint, cards, 2-pack, cards. It was a 3-pack. You couldn't put in a couple of cards? You couldn't reuse the cards you've had before? Just saying. But before I digress too far down that rabbit hole, wow, my editor's being nice to me lately. No comments. I'm surprised. I don't know. But let's do the close-up of Brown Talon now. Ankle problems again, all three. Now this is a repaint pretty much of the regular Talon. I do like it in some ways more, just because I remember when Talon had his own comic book for a while. This is kind of what he looked like. This is kind of loose. The swords do fit in. It's a weird mounting, but they do fit. For once, I didn't have to struggle to put a weapon in a McFarlane Hands toy. They just went in nicely. I like the detail in like the knife belt. The mask is still kind of nicely detailed. It would have been cool to have a mask that can come off. I thought it was weird that they put a sheath for a knife that we don't have. It's kind of like the Deathstroke figure they keep on releasing. It has a sheath for an ankle knife and there's no knife. I don't think I have any knives that would fit that. That's the problem. So a little bit of a lack in there. The details in the torso and the pant legs, they're there. You can see them. They're nice. Overall, not a bad figure. But the question is he going to go at the front, middle, or back of shelf? Well, he's not going to the front. I'll probably put him with the black suit Talon, maybe back to back. Best figure out of the three, let's be honest, because issues and the actual Court of Owl guy is kind of boring as heck. So not a bad figure to have. Now, I won't say rush out and buy this set. If you get it on a deal, go for it, because he is cool to have. If you're missing a Nightwing, well, there's a Nightwing for you. Overall, a little disappointed. Ankle problems, no cards, defective hand on one of them, and they could have done faceplates or done something different with the actual Court of Owls. So yeah, a bit disappointed in this 3-pack, and I was anxious to get it too. I was looking forward when this first came up for pre-order at GameStop, and I forgot to mention them last week. By the way, I'm sorry, Chris, Casey, Bob, Miles, everybody at GameStop Burrito. I'm sorry I forgot to mention you last week, but I figure you get the shout out today. Now, if you don't know, GameStop Burrito is my main source of getting these things. But I did promise last week that we would do a little statue, because this is the last one I have that's not Demon Slayer. A lot of Demon Slayer statues. This one is from One Piece. Yeah, the Grand Line series. Oh, okay, it's not One Piece. Yeah, it's One Piece. I honestly gave up reading the manga. I've watched the anime to a certain point, and I can see the appeal of One Piece to a lot of people. I do. I can see the appeal. I mean, the live action was kind of fun to watch because it didn't take my attention span too much. However, the anime, it's not my kind of anime. It's not the style I normally like, so I can't get into it. Same with the manga. Call me insane. Call me crazy. But I just didn't see the appeal of One Piece as a manga or an anime for me. I know it's one of the most popular ones out there. Credits, props to them. There's a lot of animes out there that I've watched that other people haven't. I've been watching anime since I was a kid. So yeah, I'm a bit jaded. I admit to it. I'm a bit of an anime snob when it comes to anime. And this was, it shows it's done more as a not serious, let's take it for fun, appeal to a younger crowd in some ways. No, it's a kid anime. That's why I look at it. It's a kid anime. But let's just get this figure out of the box. You know, it's the Grand Line series. Shinobu. Yeah, it's just gonna snippy snippies. Cut the tape. And if you like anime, no spite against you. I mean, I like some animes that other people don't. I mean, Ninja Scroll was a great anime. I loved it. Akira, fantastic anime. I loved it. I just can't get into some animes. Then again, I also wish they would. The one statue series I probably would collect, Violet Evergarden. That anime actually made me cry twice. Episode 10, God, that was a tearjerker. And yeah, that anime, it made me feel something. So that anime, if I can ever track down some of these, I would probably buy them and display those proudly. Plus the fact the character's a well-designed character. Okay. Oh, okay, different style base, yet again. I mean, it's the average, most of the ones from Bandai have this kind of like size, but no pegs. She got pegs. She got pegs. Yeah, you'll see in a minute. Plastic. She got pegs. Okay, that's a different way of doing it. How well do they fit? Oh, they even made the pegs different sizes as well. Now, I do have some, other Demon Slayers that I got for Nika a while back, and the weird thing is, two of them have a tendency of doing this. So their legs, I've had to heat them up several times to just straighten them up, but they have a tendency of like leaning forward on their bases. But I was thinking about maybe eventually just gluing them on a rock so they can look better. But there she is. I'll put in a close-up right now. Now, this is one little statue that I think my daughter Nika is going to want to keep. Why? Because she actually does like One Piece. She's read the manga, well, some of it. I think she's probably caught up by now. She's watched the anime. She enjoys it. And that's fine, because when I think about One Piece, I think of an age group 15 to 35. Obviously, I am not in that age group. X until I die. But let's take a look at her. I mean, it's nicely painted. It's nicely sculpted. Legs are definitely a thing. Actually, the skin tone is really nice. I actually like the skin tone. It's a shame that we don't get this skin tone with every sort of character that should have this skin tone. It's a nice skin tone. It really is. Yeah, it's just not my thing. That plus the fact, statues are great just for display. And I know you're thinking, you're a toyaholic, you put them on display. You don't play with them? I don't. But no, it's nice to be able to pose them differently. To be able to have the option of, for example, if I take Nightwing here, I can show you how bad his hand is, or I can hide it. It's nice having that option. With these kind of things, you do not have that option. You get the pose you buy, and in some ways, it's a brilliant marketing ploy. Because if you like, say for example, Shinobi, you will try to get as many variations of her poses as possible. So good marketing on that point. I am not that crazy. I don't need to have, for example, I do enjoy Spy Family. I don't need to have every statue of Spy Family they've made. I don't. So the same thing with things like this. It's nice that they make them. I have nothing against people who collect them. I have quite a few myself now. And and they're well done. I mean, I give the credit where credit's due. The company knows how to sculpt these things. I mean, this does look like a well sculpted figure. Until Nika takes them, I have no idea where I'm going to put all these guys. And that's pretty much it. I could basically say what's going on next week. I don't know. I still have stuff to do. I got the Batman versus Professor Zoom, Batman Noel, Batman Beyond. I still haven't done Catman Steel. Why is it this guy keeps on sitting there and I don't do him? That's weird. I don't know why. I got gargoyles to do. Shane, I haven't forgotten about the gargoyles. I still have 4 gargoyles to do. In some ways, I think I'm not doing them because I want to get the whole series, even though they're expensive and they're hard to find now. And I'm missing a whole bunch. Then again, I realize my DC Multiverse list that I have should actually be 31. I forgot about a variant. The Cyborg Superman has a variant. I forgot about putting that on the list. So, for an update, my DC Multiverse wish list is 31 figures strong. I know, Toyaholic. But, I'll wrap up the show the same way I started it. Hiding my face. And, I'll wish you guys all the best to keep your... Okay, it's too hot to do it that way, and it's kind of weird me not talking. So, as I was miming, if you haven't figured it out, I was miming, of course, that it's very important that you keep your body, your mind, and your spirit, your heart, your emotions. It's important to keep them and stay healthy. And when you get, something that makes you smile, it's very good to stay happy. And if you get an action figure or statue that makes you feel even just a bit better, it's a good way to stay positive. So take care of yourselves. Take care of the people you love. Give them a hug. Enjoy your weekend. That's important too. You have to have time for yourself. You got to think about yourself too. Enjoy life. Now, if you have to fake it till you make it, that's fine, but you find something to enjoy. If you're a toyaholic like me, well, it's obvious what you enjoy in life is collecting action figures. Some people collect music. That's fine. I have a music collection too. I just don't do a show about it. And no, Shane, I'm not going to start doing a music review show. Let's not go there. Because I'd be looking at classical music, 78s, jazz, blues, rock and roll, and K-pop. That'd be one extremely weird mix of stuff I listen to. So I'm not doing a music show. I did a comic book show for a long time. I do miss comics, I must admit, but action figures are where I find my little bit of joy, my little bit of happiness. It's how I stay mentally happy and healthy. And I wish you guys all the best, and we'll see you again for another episode of On the Peg with me, your host, the Bearded Toyaholic, aka Mad Montreal Man. But until next time, if you see me on the streets, just go, "Hey, Joseph." It's better than what I get called sometimes. And on that wonderful note, have a great weekend. Love you, thank you. Hit like, subscribe, comment, share, all the usual stuff us YouTubers ask you to do. Why? Because we're desperate for attention. We'll see you guys next week. Last thing I forgot to mention. Todd, Mr. McFarland, you gave us no cards for the 3-pack. You gave us this thing and nothing to stand it up. It was literally just a cardboard. I double-checked the box. There's nothing to make this thing stand. That's a fail. So, once again, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your life, and tune in next week for another episode of On the Peg, and have fun, people. This is me finally saying goodbye, again, I think for the 3rd or 4th time this episode, but that's life. I don't rehearse this. Have a good weekend, have a good week, and don't forget, tune in for another episode of On the Peg.